Like the old school. And how old you are.
Yeah. I'm Coarie, and I am 36.
So what's your sobriety date?
September 21st, 2018.
That's awesome. So what are we celebrating?
3 years sober.
Talk up a little bit. There's that microphone here.
I'm so awkward. I'm a very awkward person.
So how does it feel to be 3 years sober?
That's a really tough question. It's a very loaded question. It's really unbelievable, like truly unbelievable. It's incredible. It's humbling. It is a miracle.
You know, the last video we shot, you were at 2 years.
2.
We shot one at 1 year. No, we shot one at, I guess it was just your first interview.
Mm-hmm.
So considering the first video like that we made, like what have been the most major changes in the last year?
So we got married last month. Well, a month ago today.
Yeah.
And then I am in nursing school, and I'm passing nursing school. I'm class president.
Yeah.
Working on, the relationship with my girls still. It's a lot. There's a lot of big changes.
I feel like there are a lot of more positives than negatives right now.
Oh, for sure. I don't know if there are any negative changes. I mean, everything's been really good.
So what all are we still doing in our recovery?
Still going to meetings, not as many as I should. I was about to say we, but this is my recovery. Not going to as many meetings as I should, but with school and work and all that stuff, life's busy. Still go to speaker meetings since those have started back up. Still doing YouTube thing when you can convince me to get in front of the camera.
Yeah. What kind of hobbies and habits do you have now?
Homework.
Yeah.
No, I mean, we've been traveling like crazy. I feel like every opportunity that we get for a full weekend, we're packing up the car with our camping stuff and going. We made our big trip out west.
So where are all the places that you've gotten to see in the last, say, year?
We have we did a big 2-week road trip where we drove from Mississippi, stopped in Tulsa, Oklahoma, then we stopped in Boulder, Colorado, and then we kept on going, and we stayed a couple nights in Grand Teton National Park, and then we stayed a couple of nights in Yellowstone, and then we stayed a couple of nights in the Badlands, and then drove all the way home.
20-hour drive.
Yeah, 22-hour drive. That was
super easy, right?
Yeah, it was wonderful.
So being sober, does that mean you just have more freedom?
Up here, yeah. I'd say I have freedom in my choices, freedom in just everyday life and the things that I get to do.
Why are you traveling so much? What do you think is the reason for going to visit places?
Doing all those things that I've wanted to do for a long time. And, I've traveled across the country before, but I was out of my mind when I did it. So, there were maybe a couple of good days in that travel, but most of it was pretty terrible. So now I can actually see those things and appreciate them. And I cry a lot on those trips. Yeah. It's absolutely beautiful. I don't know. I just get overwhelmed with emotion and, that happiness, that pure joy that I've never felt before. And it overwhelms me. And then I cry until you tell me to get my shit together. And then I'm like, I'm dying.
Do you think you would have been able to handle those emotions 3 years ago?
No. I don't think I had those emotions 3 years ago. I didn't have the ability to comprehend positive emotions because everything was always negative.
What were the emotions that you were feeling then as opposed to now?
Back then it was more of just dread. Like every day was dreadful. I didn't want to wake up in the morning, and when I did, I was angry about it. And, I was just overwhelmed with sadness and fear and anxiety and all those terrible emotions that no sane person should have to feel every day. I can't say that there was never any happiness, because I'm sure there were like little spurts of it, but nothing like it is now, because it's genuine.
What do you think the greatest gift in your life today is?
I mean, of course, my sobriety, but I think the greatest gift would probably be the ability to appreciate life and to see life as a gift rather than just this miserable existence. Because that's pretty grand, life isn't just sadness and tears and all that stuff all the time. It's really good when you take action to make it good. There's something flying around driving me crazy.
This is a pretty big milestone. So, how did you get to this point, do you think?
Doing what people told me to do. Really just getting out of myself. And, somebody showed me this shirt the other day, and it said, the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And I thought that was just brilliant, because, that's what the program we attend tells us to do, is to find these people that are just like us, they're broken, and pull them out of that.
Let's break the chain. What program do we follow?
I attend Alcoholics Anonymous.
What advice would you give to somebody who's trying to even get it to that first year? Anything different than you would before?
I wouldn't even look at it as the first year, just that next day. Go slow with it. That big slogan, keep it simple. Don't overthink it. Don't overcomplicate it. Just, find like-minded people, stick with those people. Don't stick with the people who are still using, or, don't hang out with those people that are like, oh, well, I can buy this at a gas station, so it's okay. Or, just find those people that are going to support your sobriety rather than drag you down.
So to you, what is the fourth dimension in the 12 steps? What does that mean?
Rocketed into a fourth dimension. No, Lana wants to be in the video. This is the fourth dimension. So to me, being rocketed into the fourth dimension is, getting out of that old world that I was living in, finding my place, finding my purpose, and changing. It's that shift. To me, that's what that is.
After nursing school, what kind of goals do you have?
Well, right now really is, working on getting more visitations with my daughters, and, just restoring that relationship. And then also, once I finish nursing school, I do want to go further with that. I'd like to go all the way to BSN and, hopefully get a psych certification and maybe work in mental health, or just get real gross and work in wound care like I've been doing.
Some moving goals, some other things.
Yeah, I'd like to get out of Mississippi. I want to go in the mountains and, live in a cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
Not that cabin in the woods, though. Get a dog.
Ooh, what kind of dog?
I want a husky or a lab, or I want all the dogs.
So on a closing note, last piece of advice that you might give to somebody.
I guess same thing I always say, do not give up. There's so much on the other side of all that negativity and misery and drama, and it's so possible. It's possible to get sober. 3 years ago, if you would have told me that in 3 years I would have 3 years of sobriety, I'd have been like, will you share whatever drugs you're on, because you're high right now. yeah, like I never thought that I would find a good romantic relationship. I never thought that I would be able to restore relationships with family and friends that I had burned bridges with. And it's possible. You can. I have a wonderful relationship with my family. I have an amazing husband. You see his face all the time. Hardly ever mind because I'm awkward, but yeah, I mean, don't give up. It's possible. You can do it. And if you don't think you can, go watch some of our videos we've done because it is possible.
And that's been another Coarie update.
You're welcome.
Through your sober.
Yay.
See you in the next one.
Peace.